Well, hello and welcome people on the internet back to some more Heroes of Hammerwatch 2, and, well, it happened again. And what am I talking about? Well, as you can see here, I beat the regular game with our ranger. I did not expect to do so. I definitely was not planning on doing so. Eventually, one of these days, we will get a win on camera. I was literally just leveling up my ranger, as I mentioned in the past video, just to try and get that weapon damage, and ultimately the run ended up being a success. And so I figured we'd show off the build that I used to get that win today, and we can see how it works, and of course it's pretty fun. The ranger, using it without the specialization, we are using Beastmaster. The other one, I forgot what it's called, but it's the one that uses like rain of arrows. I am interested to try that one out yet. Excuse me. I don't have a very good regular bow yet, so you can see I'm actually using a hand crossbow. I found this and it was better than my regular bow, so I put it on. And for the most part, I don't really see a downside in using a hand bow. Maybe I'm missing something, but if we take a look at the other bow that I have, the damage is pretty comparable. Let's go to my rares. Let's compare. So both at eye level 20, it's 5 less damage. Obviously, well, our Elven Bow of Stunning has a stun affix on it, so it has a stun chance. Our hand crossbow has some spell crit chance, which is going to be actually more beneficial to us. Really, the downside is we lose power shot, but I almost never use power shot anyway. So I figure, why not pick up a dagger, get a little bit of parry chance, and this one just happened to have ice penetration on it, which is actually really good for this build because it's kind of an ice Beastmaster build. The wolves that we're using, which comes from the Beastmaster, does do a little bit of ice damage, and there's also a passive that we can pick up that increases the ice damage that our wolves do. Now, the Spirit Wolves are pretty cool, but the real reason we're playing Beastmaster is for our wolf companion. We've got little Wolfie here, and he is a chunky boy. As I was saying before, one of the things about the Ranger that I wasn't a big fan of is how brittle they were. You know, I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of the class identity. They don't really have a lot of healing, though, and all the other classes that I've played have like some kind of self-sustain, whereas the Ranger didn't. So the Wolf Companion gives us that kind of buffer where we can send the Wolf Companion out, or I suppose they do it automatically, which we can actually see here. If I take a step over, he's gonna go ham on this training dummy here, which is why I'm over here. So he's just gonna go for a run now. So we do have that. There is a passive that we can take. Unfortunately, my chapel isn't leveled up high enough, so I can't start with this, but there's a passive we can take that we can get an additional 1 or 2 wolves, so we can have up to 3 wolves at a time, and they are very strong. Like I said, a lot of health, very chunky, and they keep respawning even when they die, which is super sweet. The Spirit Wolves also do a crazy amount of damage. I was very surprised to see how strong these were, and we're going to see these in the run. As far as what we're doing here with our levels, I have the wolves completely maxed out, so this is 100% a wolf build. Initially, I had some points into mark shot. I think I had it up to like the 3rd tier here. I've dropped this down, mostly just because the damage here doesn't really matter. It's mostly just for marking enemies, which we can take a passive that will give us health and mana regen on enemies that are killed that are marked. Otherwise, we're just taking some damage mitigation just to make us a little bit tankier. You know, if you have some issues with traps, or if you just want some tankiness, you can do that. Otherwise, if you want to help out your wolves a little bit more, you can go into rhythm. Now, I have trap turned off. I did this in my initial run that I won as well. I don't really like trap. The thing is, if you want to have kind of an ice penetration build, you can take trap, because there is a passive that will make your trap do ice damage. However, the reason that I kind of don't want to do it, for one, I don't use it all that much, and 2, if we don't have trap, we're not going to see any trap passives come up in the run, which means that we're more likely to see passives for the wolves. So I would rather give passives to those anyway, so we're kind of making it a little bit easier for us to power up our wolves. So let's start the run here. I'm going to take Blessing of Wealth because I am super broke at the moment. As far as the magic shops here, and you can see here, our wolves also deal additional ice damage, which is super nice, and that goes on our companion, so they're also doing ice damage. I think to start, I think I was starting with Relentless Hunters. I might have actually started with Thrill of the Hunt. There's a couple things that you can start with. You could start with Momentum if you wanted to increase your damage a little bit. There's actually a lot of reasonable options, but I'm going to start with Relentless Hunters because the wolves kind of dissipate after they do a single hit. So having this right to start is going to be nice. As far as, let's see, as far as food and drink go, we'll take the, I think we're going to take the resistances just to make us a little bit, maybe a little bit tankier. No, I think we're going to take the mana and health regen. Although maybe we should take resistances because I think we can then kind of mitigate curses if we want to take those. And then for drinks, we'll take the, probably just the weapon crit chance. And what else do I want? I would probably just take Stone Gain. Oh, I guess I can only have one. I haven't leveled that up enough. Yeah, okay. So then we'll just take the weapon crit chance, and then we also have our dash. Ultimately, because I'm passing through and not doing the mines, I'm not getting a lot of stone anyway. So it's not a big deal. Ultimately, it's probably better just to, you know, just to get a bunch of gold and just buy it. So one thing that I have to kind of retrain myself to do whenever I play this class is I'm so used to spamming left click, but I don't, I could technically rebind every time I play the archer to swap my secondary to the main, but it's just kind of annoying. I just learned to deal with it. All right, let's go ahead and pick this up, send the wolves in. And you can see they're doing 359 damage per wolf. It's very strong, especially once we can get some crit on them, which I didn't mention before, but we do have some spell crit on our hand crossbow. I have extra damage against bosses and spell power. I just put this on because I didn't even realize I had this in my inventory or in my chest. So we slapped that on. We have some additional experience gain up here and some weapon crit. Ice penetration, and of course parry. I had kind of mentioned that before, and then ice pen, and we have a little bit of movement speed. Unfortunately, I don't have a cloak yet. I do have a cloak on my other characters. I am just too lazy to swap it over to this one. So yeah, having that ice pen is super nice, but also having the parry, which is, you know, another reason to kind of, well, it's kind of the reason, I suppose, to not use a regular bow. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not really sure of the thought there. Maybe there's some, you know, stats that like aren't listed as to why you would want to use a regular bow, but I don't know. It seems to me like you would just want to use a hand crossbow with a dagger or some kind of melee weapon. Oh, I almost missed this. Okay. Nothing that we really want. I guess we're probably going to go with weapon speed per stack. Yeah, we're going to go with weapon speed per stack. Just help out our damage a little bit. And, you know, we're nothing to scoff at either. We can do some pretty decent damage here with our hand crossbow. I mean, we're critting for 200. There we go. And we got some decent AoE. We have a couple AoE abilities. I mean, kind of. The Spirit Wolves aren't like true AoE, but they kind of hit everything. And then once they're able to jump between enemy and enemy, they can really start acting like it. Literally nothing here. I'm just going to pick up something. Hello. Thank you. Okay, we'll take up our resist. Just take out these wolves, get the gold. And we'll open up the door and we'll do our full 4 candles because we should be able to handle this. No problemo. All right. Come on, Mr. Spirits. Let's go. We send the wolves in. And again, we're already doing okay because we've already got the bounce on our wolves, so we're going to be hitting a lot of spirits. Of course, it is only a chance. There's only 25% chance that they are going to bounce, but if they do, you know, that's, you know, instead of 350, we're doing 700 damage, which is not bad. Now we can also just pop in here. The other thing that the blade does that won't really be relevant for a little while is there's a lot of enemies. Is it in the crypt? I think it might be in the crypt. Those skeleton enemies that have shields. and they can really do a number on you and like cause you having a lot of issues with the bow. If you just come in and go melee on them, you kill them a lot faster. All right, so we got poison damage on our weapons, extra damage against bosses. This build is going to smoke bosses. I'm telling you, these things kill bosses so quickly. Weapon power and spell power, okay. Ice damage, fantastic. Poison resist, retaliation damage. Let's see. Drinking potion, restart. Yep, casting 2 spells, grants a buff. Weapon speed. Stone gain, very nice. Extra potion charge is great. Weapon crits inflict bleeding. That's awesome. Weapon speed is great. Regen. Here's life on kill. We got a really good start here. Extra health. Throwing stars is great on this. Lightning damage is sweet. All right, cool. We got some really decent pickups there. Let's see. So we're going to do the marked. So that way anything, because we don't really care about the damage from marked. We just like the status marked and any kind of debuffs we can get from it. We'll take the rhythm level 2. There we go. Now we can get 2 wolves summoned. That's a great pickup. And do I care about this? No, I think I'm just going to take the you gain a stack of rhythm while dead. Or I could just go combo kills. We could just get this going. I think we're just going to get combo kills going. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. And yeah, let's just send it. At this point, we can just mark up enemies, send in the spirit wolves, and get them all dead. We're of course still waiting on our... Where is our other wolf? Wolfie. Ah, there he is. All right, here he comes. We can get in and do a little bit of melee damage. Right, because even though we're a ranger, we can still do some decent damage with our melee. And even here, you might think this is a problem. Nope, just send in the wolves. Send them in again. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, wolves are getting a little weak, but that's okay. There we go. We took out the tower. We should be good now. Send in the wolves again. We got our combo. Nice. As soon as we get that passive where we heal HP and mana whenever we kill marked targets, we will be good to go. Yeah, see, these guys with the shield can be a little bit tough. But for the most part, if you just come in with melee, they're not much of a problem. All right, we got some sweet pancakes, sweet pancakes. Okay, we'll collect up any extra gold. Need as much gold as I can get because I love gold. Sorry, that was my best gold number impression. Alrighty, let's send the boys in. What would be really cool... Ah, god dang it. What would be really cool is if we could get the trinket to allow us to have spiders. Then we could just go like full minion Beastmaster. That would be kind of sweet. Okay, well, let's just pop a potion early. No sense in dying over spilt blood. Spill something. Get him, Wolfie. There we go. The Wolfies are going to town. Let's go ahead and pop this up. Easy enough. They are just... I mean, they're wolves. They like bones. What can I say? They like to eat them bones. Let's go up and around. Let's just make it easier on ourselves. Okay. Take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. All right, come on. Let's go, Wolfies. Let's send them in. Nice. We got our level up. Easy enough. Yeah, this build, you know, surprisingly, compared to all the other builds that I've felt like just run through enemies, this one, more than all the other ones that I've played, really feel like you can just jump from like pack to pack to pack and just like wipe out just huge chunks of enemies. You know, even like, because we have so much range on our main source of damage, we can just kind of like throw it out there, kills a bunch of stuff, move on to the next one, throw out a bunch of stuff, send a mark, send out the wolves. All right, we're good for the next pack. We mark them, send out the wolves. There we go. We move on to the next one. We mark them. We send out the wolves. Like, things just die so quick, and we can just move on from pack to pack. We got the wolves, you know, taking some of the heat, so we don't really have to worry about that. And ultimately, you can just kind of like run through these dungeons. Okay, we want... yeah, you gain a chance to unleash a spirit wolf when killing enemies. I mean, these do so much damage already, so sweet. This is just going to help our pack clearing potential. I didn't even see his little hammer there. Okay, gotta do any secret? No. Actually, let's just take a look at the whole top half here. If you don't know, the secret rooms, you can find them. There's typically a little T shape. But I don't see anything. It's usually a little bit darker color. You can see it on the border, the white border here. You know what? We'll go around. No reason to take the extra damage here. Alrighty, so... Oh, we got one little straggler over here. We can take rid of him. No problem. Let's see. What do we got left to explore? Oh, I missed a whole section up here. Alright, let's go check that out first. I never want to miss trinkets if I can help it. And there's stone there, so we will definitely take this just for the stone. That was worth it. Stone is definitely like my bottleneck right now when it comes to upgrading. I know that like going through the mines there at the beginning is technically the best source. It just, I don't know, it's like it feels bad going through there again. Okay, let's just get big ol' experience here. Okay, that was way too much damage. But it's kind of like gold. As long as you can make it like close to the end of a run, you just get so... Did I already come to you? I guess I did. Okay, I totally forgot I came over to him. Yeah, I mean, on the runs... Oh, something that I wanted to mention that I had posed as a question in the last video here was talking about bosses, and I guess I didn't realize... I want to double check this, but I'm pretty sure this is the case, that bosses do give you a ton of experience. So in the previous video, I was asking the question because... basically, I didn't get the little notification down here that we got experience, but I'm almost certain... Oh, yes, sir. I'm pretty sure you do get a bunch of experience. It was just like, I found it weird that the game wouldn't tell you that you were getting a ton of experience, so I assumed that you weren't. but I don't think that's the case. Alright, we just gotta be careful of the towers. There we go. Those towers can kill you very quickly. Nice. So much gold, so many resources. Phoenix Feather, +1 potion charge. You'll automatically use a potion charge on a damage instance that would normally kill you. That is a very powerful trinket. We also got a new mask. Let's see. So we dropped some experience gain for more weapon crit or weapon crit damage, more mana, and a little bit more. Let's see. So we lose, what is that? Intelligence. So I wonder, -10 Shadow Curse gain. So basically I don't need that until I'm about to get cursed. So I wonder if that is, if you can kind of cheese that. Like if you keep it in your inventory and then right before you would go to like a curse merchant, can you pop that on, get less curse, and then swap back so I get more experience? Or the curse jump back up to what it would have been had I not gotten that discount. Might have to test that out. Hey, look at that. We're going to test it out literally right now. Assuming there's something I want to buy. So, let's go ahead and put this on. It does screw up my chest piece, but that's fine. Okay. So, this is great. Ice will deal more ice damage, or will deal more ice damage. Weapon power per Shadow Curse and evasion. I think I'm going to take this. So, this is +14. And let's see, so if I put this on, it's still +14, so maybe it only affects when you actually get it. We are still at 14. Huh. Okay, so I'm not sure about that. That didn't really answer anything. Let's go up here. I have been very thoroughly enjoying this game, and honestly it's kind of made me want to jump in and try out a bunch more like ARPG, more like roguelites, I should say. Yeah, just a regular dagger. I mean, obviously we play a bunch of roguelites on the channel. Oh, this is I don't think I've been in this one before. Let's see, so I want to go, yeah, on that one. Screw it. Screw it. What do you have there? Mana cost, okay. Oh well, take a little bit of damage, that's fine. You know, obviously we play a bunch of roguelites. Literally, this channel is about roguelites. But for the most part, recently, we've really just kind of been focusing on bullet heavens. And don't get me wrong, I still very much enjoy my bullet heavens. But I feel like there's a lot of overlap when it comes to ARPGs and the overall kind of play pattern, I would say, right? It's something that I've talked about in many a bullet heaven video, in that the play pattern is very similar, and kind of whenever I was streaming Path of Exile 2 for a little while and talking about how there's a lot of similarities there. And we did a video on into the Necrovale just the other day. And while that one honestly I thought it was a different game when I started playing it, And I was like in the middle of playing and I was like, I don't understand, like this is not the game I thought it was. And then it's like, oh, it's literally not the the game I thought it was. The game I was thinking of was Slormancer, which should be coming out relatively recently. I know that there's been kind of maybe not delays, but it's been kind of slow coming to get out of I think it's in early access right now. It's been kind of slow going to get out of early access. Well, this is great. So we just get a third wolf now. But that was one that I put on my list quite a while ago. We're gonna save that before we leave the area. That I think would be really fun to play. There seems to be a lot of progression systems in that game, and you know, it's a very, you know, there's a lot of overlap there between Bullet Heavens and ARPGs. I think the people who don't, my assumption is that the people who don't like ARPGs but like Bullet Heavens probably just don't like the grindy nature of ARPGs, if I had to guess. Or, actually, I think it's not so much the grindy elements, right? Because Bullet Heavens are also quite grindy. To be a little bit more specific, I think that it is the time constraint. Typically, you know, when you think of ARPGs, you think of needing to sit down for longer stretches of time. Whereas Bullet Heaven, you know, you can get a game in, you know, 20 minutes. Oh, well, this is a rough way to jump into it. All right. Let's give her the old test. Well, we know that we have a potion refill here, so I can kind of use them liberally. There we go. And actually, we don't even really need to worry about using our potions. If damage comes in really fast that we can't prevent, we have that the Phoenix trinket that will just heal us. Or it won't heal us, but it will use a potion automatically. So it won't get caught off guard. So what happened in the warrior video, in the last Here's a Hammerwatch video, shouldn't happen to us this time. Okay, where else do we have to go? Okay, so we gotta go up this way. But this is kind of, it's kind of sparked a new interest in me. So I'm gonna be kind of on the lookout for some more, you know, roguelite based ARPGs. There's, you know, there's obviously a bit of rogue-likey and roguelite-y element-ish. What am I? Element-ishness. Say that 5 times fast. To ARPGs, right? You're doing maps in PoE. You're always doing a different map, different enemy, well, kind of the same enemies with different bosses, stuff like that. But yeah, something more bite-sized. You know, these honestly, like, these pixel art games are really nice. Not that art style is any kind of indication. Oh, hang on, let me do this. So we're at 88%, 112.5. All right, let's see if we do gain that experience after we fight the boss. We'll probably level up if we do, I would have to imagine. But this is going to be it's going to be one of those situations, kind of like we had with the warrior, how if these guys stay close together, our wolves are just going to bounce off them and just do big damage. Yeah, I mean, they're dead. They're just dead. Okay, so did we... No, interesting. So we don't get experience for that? Yeah, that seems super weird. I'm not sure I understand why the first couple bosses give experience and then this one doesn't. Because the other bosses, like you have for the plant boss, you have the rooms on the side that can spawn experience. After you fight the totem boss, there's that room in the back that you go to that has experience scrolls. I guess the I guess the face doesn't give you experience, but I don't know. I'm not sure why that is. Weapon spell crit damage. Hello. Your spell hits gain a chance to deal an additional 30 damage to a random element. Cool. And then we have Shocking Iron Dagger of Draining. Huh. Okay, cool. Well, I still like... My Ice Pen is still definitely better than that, but... And now we get my favorite zone. Just kidding. It's not. There's so much CC in this zone. I really don't like it. But there's also, to be fair, there's a lot of non-armored units in this zone, so we can just kind of like blow through them and just shred enemies. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this pyre, gain a little bit of our defenses back. Hang on, I should look at this because I want to make sure. Reduces armor and resistance. Okay, 4 per stack. I thought it was both. I just want to make sure. Gotta be careful for these guys, though. The Palpatines, they can kill you pretty fast. Give me that gold. Okay, no cracks. Oh, we're gonna back up just a little bit. Any extra gold down here? No, sir. Okay, what do we got back here? Ooh, a mana crystal? No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're critting. Our wolves are critting for 800 damage. Like, they are just running through the hordes of skeletons. Go. Give me that fish. Oh, gold. I almost missed it. Give me all that gold. Hey, secret room. Shocking heavy daggers. Hey, you prick. Came in there looking for a smooch. And I said, nay, nay. Oh, we lost a wolf. No. He'll be back. He will be back for vengeance. Oh, let's take out the casters. There we go. See, look at that. He's already back. Oh, buddy. We have an army. We have an army. Oh yeah, we're gonna blow through this area now. As long, I mean, we're going to be killing things before, I mean, they even have a chance to. Okay, we already found the door. That's nice. Oh, 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 okay, we'll back off. We'll back off. Let the wolfies take care of them. All right, wolfies, time to go. Easy enough. No sense in using a potion if we don't have to. All right, we'll just regenerate the health. It's no big deal. We'll get it back. How many skeleton boys we got with us still? Still got all four, or did we lose someone? I think we lost Bobbert. And we lost Bobbert. Alright. Let's wait for a little bit. We gotta let Jim Bob get some of his health back. Don't want him leaving us too soon. Getting a little bit too aggressive. Well, to be fair, wolfies are getting aggressive too. They're just going in there without my okay. Ah! We lost him. Okay, I gotta go back and check out that room as well. Wow, came all this way for a frickin' fish, man. There are, I'm sure it has something to do with the procedural generation, but I've noticed there are a lot of directions you can go where there's not a lot of payoff. There we go. That's what I've been looking for this whole time. I'm gonna take the evasion. That might help us out once we get to the last zone. Because there's just a million projectiles there. Oh my goodness, phone. You should vibrate harder. You made me jump out of my pants. I know you guys probably can't hear that, but that was loud. Okay, let's clear these guys out so that way they don't come in behind us. Okay, that is more fighting than this one ranger wants to deal with, really. Easy enough. Look at that. They are still holding strong. Unfortunately, we lost our other Jim Bobs. But that's okay. They just went to a farm upstate. $35 wood. I would appreciated something better than some wood. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's easy. That's nice and quick. Hoping for that health and mana on marked enemies. That would be super nice. Hey! And we got it! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Now, obviously, we're not mana positive if we mark enemies and then throw the wolves at them, right? I mean, it's not like it's going to make us positive or anything. It is just going to help out our mana a little bit. It might give us, like, you know, one or two more uses of mark if we were just launching these all the time. will just help to keep us a little bit topped up. And the health too, obviously. It can help keep us topped up there as well. Okay, hopefully we can find another curse merchant. So that way we don't waste this pyre. Although, I mean, obviously we can get rid of the 6 curse that we have. But I'd rather get rid of more. Oh, did we lose all our wolves? We did lose all our wolves. There we go. Oh, God. Okay, we will pop a potion there. That was a little bit close for comfort. Spending 100 mana triggers Rain of Fire. Oh, very nice. That's very easy for us to trigger. Yeah, so now as soon as we pop our mark, we're going to get that. Anything worth it? Nope. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to trigger that all the time. Did I need to go in that room? No. Did I want to assert my dominance? Absolutely. And I will continue doing so. Ah, dude, I want to break the painting. Rude. Let me just establish dominance. Alright, Palps. You gotta get out of my face. Now, one thing that I probably should have mentioned at the start of the video, and it's something that I think is kind of important whenever these, like, not that this is necessarily, it's not even close to a guide video or anything like that, but, you know, one thing that I've noticed from my time watching, and even back when I did make guides, when I did Genshin Impact content, I think it's important to kind of talk about the context of how certain kind of achievements are done or how a certain challenge was done, right? And so I want to mention that while, yes, I am probably slightly over-leveled for this content, even though it does say area level 19, you know, the times that I've had winning runs. My characters have all been about level 14, 15, 16, so it's obviously doable if you're technically under-leveled. So maybe, and I did level up my gear a little bit, but leveling up your gear is fairly cheap. But, you know, keep in mind that I might be slightly over-leveled for this content, but in context, my wolf damages before, when I had my winning run, was doing roughly 350 to 450 damage on a non-crit, so you can kind of compare what my damage numbers are doing. Wow, this is I have never seen this room before. That was hard. Shocking recurve. Oh, gee. Okay. Hang on. I didn't know that was there. Like I said, never seen that room before. Yeah, so, like, take into a context, like, if you're trying out this build and if it's not working for you or it is working for you, basically, if you're playing this build, you're at least level 10 and you're probably at a reasonable spot damage-wise to also take this to a victory. So, if you're not, maybe just play a little bit more defensively. Don't go running into hordes of enemies. And I will say that okay, we just gotta go up. The final zone is pretty tough. Oh, secret room. Shocking Noble Sword of Weakness. Oh, that one's level 22. Nice. That's a nice sword. Have I been in here? I have been in here. It was revealed. I should have known that. Go ahead and pop this now. And, like, maybe your gear's under leveled. Like, you know, try and, if you don't have rare gear yet, see if you can level up your gear in the magic shop to rare. Or if you can, like, level it up, or is your character leveled up. The other thing to take into account too is how many characters do you have leveled up, right? The first character you do is always going to be can I switch here? No, I can't switch here. The first one you do is always going to be the hardest, right? Because you don't have the other stats built up from other characters. Alrighty, sneaky time. So again, this is another multi-body boss, right? And so our wolves are going to do wonders here, jumping off from wolf to wolf, unless they just do that like a dingus. Kind of got to wait for them to pause. Pause. Wolves. Oh, nope, we're good. Oh, there we go. They died. Easy enough. Come on, wolfies. Come on, wolfies. Come with me. Alrighty, an extra dash charge. Chilling Steel Dagger of Conflagration. That's kind of unfortunate. Ice damage with Fire Pen. 20 weapon power and spell power, and +1 weapon and spell power per level. So basically 40? Yeah, pretty much. 39. Alrighty here, and we're in the last zone. So this zone, you do kind of want to be a little bit careful. You don't really want to pull a whole bunch of enemies because there's a lot of projectiles that are going to be flying around. So take her easy. You don't gotta rush this one. You know, you're at the end. And then, of course, you have enemies that are going to split off into smaller enemies, so even when you think you're done, you might not be done. Oh, yep. Be very careful. Very careful. And I will say, because there are so... Jeez. Because there are so many projectiles... Oh, heckin' yes, bro. That is a sick upgrade. Because there are so many projectiles going on, there's a lot of damage. What do we want here? Oh, we want the thrill of the hunt, definitely. Our wolves are going to die a lot in this zone. I've noticed this zone more than any other zone, our wolves die a bunch. So I will likely be kind of taking a break here, sitting aside while our wolves regenerate. I'm okay with 2. I really don't want to go into fights with 1 though. So as long as we have 2 up, I'll keep pulling. There we go. Bracers of quickness. All right, I'm gonna get out of the room just in case there's like a damage effect here. So let's see. We gain some weapon speed. Gain some weapon crit chance, which I actually like. We do lose the lightning pen. So the thing about penetration here is I'm not quite sure how much penetration enemies have, or how much resistance enemies have. So like I don't know if, because right now we have 50 lightning pen. Where to go? That's resistance here. So we have 50 ice resistance penetration. So I'm not sure how much we actually need for penetration. That's not something I have figured out yet. So if we only need like 25, then I would definitely swap over to these. But otherwise, I'd like to have that little bit of extra damage if possible. Okay, hang on. Let's not be opening up menus while we're getting smacked in the face. That doesn't matter. That's just mana. What do you got for me, sir? Damage against elites, they drop piles of gold. We'll probably take that. Yeah, well, we could get more experience, but I don't really care about that. I'm kind of in it just for the gold. And you know why? Because I love gold. Alrighty. Let's go, my wolf pack. Because we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. And we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other. Yeah, gotta be careful about these rooms. You can just... That's how I died with the warrior. I walked through, got... just like that. Just literally like that. Pre-watched. Alright, we'll just shoot into the chasm. We'll shoot into the abyss. Oh, you know what? I was wondering about that. We picked up the trinket, I think, that has us dash on melee attack. Maybe? I don't know. We're kind of jumping ahead every time we melee attack. Oh, oh. Yeah, like I'm going to be careful not to pull that 3rd pack here. Oh, it was coins. I thought that was the 3rd pack. Don't need to go that way. Yep, so we can just back up, let our wolves take the hits. That's right, get him, wolfies! Get him, wolfies! Every second you gain chance to throw magical fire arrows. All right, more damage. do we got here? Nothing. Well, that's sad. Ah, just a trap. It's a trap! I feel slighted. Ow. You frickin' frick. Can I move, you frickin' frick? Thank you. Yes, look at all the gold. Is that it? Oh, that's it. They already died. Easy enough. All right. What is behind this door? A bunch of frickin' fricks is what it is. $1,200 damage crits on the wolves. Not too shabby. Oh, we're losing wolves. We're losing our army. No, Wolfie! Honestly, Wolfie, you should probably just take a rest because it's going to be way quicker for you to just respawn than actually heal. Well, frick me, man. Oh, we're about to lose our wolves. All right, I'm going to back up here. Nah, we just pulled that pack. I didn't want to. Actually, that's okay. I think this is... I don't think this is the main path, so I think this is actually the way that I wanted to go. Yeah, it's funny. I've never been a fan of summoner classes, but this one just kind of works. Mostly because I think I just don't have to control the wolves at all. I'm going to hold that in case I need to come back for it. I've always kind of... Hang on, let me readjust here. And we get our wolfie back. Yeah, I've never really liked having to, like, micromanage. It's kind of one of the reasons, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, RTS games. Used to be, just not anymore. I don't really like that whole micromanaging aspect of the game. But with this, I mean, the wolves just kind of do their own thing. They just kind of respawn off cooldown. And then, of course, our beast wolves are really just they're basically a magic missile. Right? This is basically just a reskinned magic missile from the wizards. Which isn't a bad thing. Because I love that spell. It's a actually really good spell. Once we get around to doing the wizard video, it's going to be based entirely around the magic missiles. Because it spells great. As you can tell from here with the spirit wolves. It does what it's meant to do. So with a run like this, kind of want to touch back to, you know, the reason that I don't like taking... Hang on, we got one final fight here. Let me just trigger everybody. Actually, if I remember it, I'll talk about the traps after this fight. We'll just go ahead and do the final boss. Alrighty, Aang. Let's go. He's in his emo stage. Alright, already into the second phase. I guess this is kind of like half of the first phase. But having the wolves here are super nice because I can just kind of worry about dodging projectiles. They take on all the shades. Alright, there we go. Let's bring Aang back. And just like that, he goes down. What was that time? I wasn't looking at the time, but that was a pretty decent time. We killed him mighty quickly. These wolves do a bunch of damage, and then, of course, having all three of these guys, whew, and they just sit on him the whole time. The Venomous Adept Frost, one of Corrosion. All right, well, it does have some poison damage on it, so that's kind of nice with the poison pens. We'll take that. Static Heater Shield of Thorns. Blocks up to 50 damage from most projectiles. Returns 15 physical damage when taking damage. Ooh. I think that's the first time I've seen a shield like that. Every shield that I've seen up to this point is just literally like a wooden disc. So that's kind of nice. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Finally got the win on camera after that unfortunate, very quick defeat with the warrior literally walking out of the... you know, walking out of the into the next room of smoke and just getting obliterated by those orbs. But not too bad. Would have liked a little bit more gold, but you know, it is what it is. We got some decent amount of stone, some wood. At this point, wood is so common to me that I kind of just sell this for gold. It's probably not super efficient, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at stats here. I've kind of been forgetting to do that in the other runs. So mark shot, yeah, you can see damage wise 130k versus 1.83 million. Even taking a look at the wolf companions, right? The spirit wolves are doing over double what the wolf companions are doing. These spirit wolves are fantastic. Even our quick shot, I mean, look at this. Like, our quick shot is, I don't want to say almost, because in comparison to the 733k or the 1.83 mil, obviously it's closer to this. But, you know, it's like 60% of the damage that 3 wolves were doing. Not too bad. Yeah, and then a bunch of stats that I don't think we really care about. So I think that this is something to look at too. The warrior run we did, while I thought we were actually pretty powerful and we were able to solo content fairly well, we didn't even complete the last area. And that run took about, well, the video itself was an hour 45, but the run, so the run, let's say it was an hour and a half. This run was only 54 minutes. So this is a very fast clear time. And that's kind of one of the things that I was pointing out at the beginning, right? Is talking about how we can just kind of go from pack to pack to pack because these spirit wolves just like bounce through enemies and do so much damage. So that's a real benefit of this class, a real benefit indeed. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about is the traps, right? Because the thing that right, because I don't have any investment into the traps. And there are some runs that it could be worth it, especially if you like running traps. If you like running the traps, then I would say go for it. But the thing is, there are some runs, like we kind of came across here, where we didn't really run into a lot of ways to get the passives. We didn't run into a single trader. Like, we basically didn't run into a lot of ways to get additional passives. And so because of that, I would rather just take the trap passives out of the pool completely and not even worry about them. And the thing is that with the Spirit Wolves, you kind of just send them in front of you and they kill things. And so with the traps are a lot more defensive and are likely a better option if you're going like just a solo archer build. Like if you're going for the specialization that has the rain of arrows, traps are probably better because you're probably going to be backing up more often. Whereas this class is very much a keep pushing forward, where traps don't really fit into that play style. So I would say just take them out. Just keep leveling up these passives here just for more weapon crit damage and for reduced damage taken. Again, Mark Shot is not really there for damage. It's just there to apply marked, and then we get added benefits whenever we mark things or kill things that are marked. So this is kind of like the final thing we want to look for. And then honestly, I'm kind of happy with where my health and mana is. I think that I'm likely, I mean, I'm going to put a couple, like, 5 points into vitality because I'm probably going to want it on New Game Plus. The rest of this is just going into Dex, just for more damage. Because again, something that I've talked about is, from what I've been reading from everyone online, is that New Game Plus isn't really difficult defensive-wise, it's difficult offensive-wise, so you need a lot of damage to clear it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to be probably sticking with the dagger hand crossbow combo unless I find like a really good bow, just because again we do get that parry chance, which is super nice, but also getting the weapon crit damage on this dagger specifically helps out with our damage here, as we saw that the hand crossbow is actually pretty nice. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the archer ranger, I suppose. A class that I was not super high on to begin with, but after playing around with the specializations, Beastmaster kind of spoke to me. Having a little, I'm a big dog person, so having a little wolfy companion seemed like a lot of fun. Literally tried it once and beat the game, like, and I wasn't even planning on it. So if I can, you can too. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, would you kindly smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action. I'm out of here. I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.